he said earlier at the table about our enemies would love to drop a bomb right here, right now.
Well, one thing I do know is that it depends on what day it is. The two people that they hate the most are, on Mondays it's James, and on Tuesdays it's me, and it switches back and forth. And it's just good to know, James. It's good to know that somebody who's 26 now, that 26 exists. I'm 42 years old. I resented for years in my late 30s that this is how pathetic the conservative movement is, no offense, in the Republican Party. My hair was like 50% gray. I have 4 children, and they're going, Andrew Breitbart is the youth movement. I'm like, do you know what youth is? Congressman Wiener knows what youth is. And so when Hannah and James came to me, I felt it wasn't just what they had done, which was extraordinary and heroic. It was that they were so young and understood that they had to take fate and history in their own hands, because we, the gray, old, shriveled, and hideous, had put our country into peril, that their generation was going to have to deal with that burden, and they just decided to do it for themselves. And I'm telling you, there are so many people out there that are inspired with every James O'Keefe and Hannah Giles or Lila Rose or Christian Hartsock video to say you can do it for, as James did with Acorn and NPR, which is beyond stunning. He did the Acorn thing for, what was it, less than $1,300. And you said, yeah, and I even have the subway receipts to show for it. And I'm like, wow. And, you know, right when it happened, Acorn and the left said that this was a $20 million Fox News investigation. I'm like, no, it was $1,300. And so if you can take down the vaunted Acorn with $1,300, you have no excuse for not getting in to the new media and exposing the corruption at a national level, at the state level, at the local level, or even at the school district level, or in your local classroom, where some godforsaken, math teacher's telling your second grader that Sarah Palin's the devil. I go, you videotaped that? I'm such a petty man that I want to take that teacher down. So that's my inspiration to you. If there's somebody corrupt in your life that's trying to screw with the young kids out there, or who's trying to take government money, if you expose it, come to me and I'll march through fire with you, because it's certainly very fun to do so.
You have a great business plan. You first launched Big Hollywood, and when you launched Big Hollywood, you told me once, Rick, I kept Breitbart.com just to keep a presence in the, keep my name out there. And while I developed a business plan. Well, when did this inspiration for this business plan come together for you in your mind?
Well, I mean, like the Breitbart.com thing, or the Bigs?
The Bigs.
Okay, the Bigs. The first one was Big Hollywood, and my big thing is that culture, that politics is downstream from culture, right, Bill? That's our phrase, that's our saying, it works. And that when you think that, Republicans think that when it gets so bad, when we're at the nadir of our culture and our budget is all screwed up, that we can just go to Congressmen Boehner and Cantor and say, help, here's some money, get elected, and get us out of here. We wouldn't be in this position had we not let our culture and Hollywood go to the dark, 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 hard left, which believes that up is down, right is wrong, black is white, and believes that the anti-hero should be thrust forward as the hero, that believes that John Wayne is an imperialist and a misogynist, and that heroes are crude and bad. And I decided that I was going to create a website that would act as a missile defense system against those like Janine Garofalo and Michael Moore, and every time they issued an attack, a salvo against middle America, decent people in red states, that I would gleefully attack them with a strategy that is just, I tell John Nolte, overkill. Make sure that they know that they were hit. And what we try and do is we monitor the crap that they have to say, and ever since we launched in 2009, in January of 2009, the 3 Oscars that have happened since then have been remarkably clean of any left-wing politics, because they know that we're going to go to war, and that the AM talk radio people and the Fox News are going to pick up on the clips and the stuff that we do, and they're going, this isn't fun anymore, and our bosses are telling us to stop it. And that's been kind of fun, but we also praise that which is good. But at the end of the day, we're not going to win off the model, off of a blog site pointing stuff out that's going on in the culture. The only way we're going to win is if we invest in culture, invest in Hollywood, and don't rely upon the false premise that one day David Geffen and Jeffrey Katzenberg and Steven Spielberg are going to wake up and say, let's make movies that make people in flyover country happy. It's not going to happen. So if we believe in capitalism and we believe in the free market, the only way that we're going to change the politics in the country is if we change the culture and take it back and create the movies and create the narratives and create the television shows and create the music. And it's not going to be done in 2 years, 4 years, or 6 years. And in any election cycle, this is going to be a generational change. So I don't even have an answer to it other than to completely go to whatever city I go to and tell people it's the culture, stupid, it's not the politics. And that was the first site. And big journalism, of course, I like going after the mainstream media. And then big peaceful national security, of course that matters. But big government, yeah, obviously, right time, right place to take on the Obama administration, public sector unions, Cloward Piven, great period in time to give Beck a lot of material, half of which he credited us for.
Final thing. Alan Baldwin wrote this Huffington Post piece where he called, as you said, he called Weiner a modern human being. He didn't say a modern human being. And then he goes on Twitter and says,